buddy passes are the worst. Like, they really aren't worth anything. So here's the story. I'm gonna tell you the story. So we have a maintenance delay and we just deplaned everybody. Hi everyone, I just wanted to quickly say I know that the vlog has been a mess this week with some days not coming out and on and on. Don't think it's not because we care, because we don't care, but just been having lots of issues with Wi-Fi. We're traveling, as you're gonna see this week, and it's just been a little crazy to get everything uploaded and done. So doing a few little different things, and thanks for watching, and let's get back to bonjour! Hi, I'm Emily and thanks for joining me again today. If this is your first time here, I'm a 10-year flight attendant for a regional company and part-time, and today I'm doing 6 legs on a 50-seater jet. So come along, and today I'm really just right this second trying to figure out if I'm going to miss my tram. Like, I've been standing here and I thought it said like 3 minutes, and then I looked up again and it disappeared, and I'm like, no way, was I like distracted that I didn't see it? But then there's one down here that I'm hoping is the one, but it's stuck, so I'm really confused. So please just get me to work on time. I have to be there in like 40 minutes. Oh, here we go.
Please do not hold the doors open.
It's all just changing really quick. But yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Oh my gosh, I'm just freaking out because so my sister is using one of my buddy passes today, and I think I mentioned this before, but buddy passes are the worst. Like, they really aren't worth anything. She had to pay almost $200 and she's probably not going to get home today, and I'm just looking at the flights and I'm not going to really be accessible to her for help, and if she has to change things, if she has to like change her flight last minute, she'll have to pay more money, and so in the end it'll end up costing just as much if she would have like thought ahead. But it was the last minute thing. She wanted to just pop in for Juju's birthday on the 4th of July, so I feel so much weight and guilt, but we'll see what happens. So one of today's biggest factors is that I do 6 legs really quick, all about an hour a piece. But we have like almost no breaks. We just turn around and do one after another. So I have to, luckily I have a few minutes to get some things to eat, but I have to think for eating for the whole day. So just one of those things. Flight attendant life. And you know, many flight attendants prepare their food that are working full time, and you almost have to. Airport food is so expensive. But where I'm staying with my brother and I'm translating from Idaho and I'm like doing all these crazy things to pull off these couple of days of work, that's not happening. So I'm eating pure airport food. So I'm walking to get a really good chef salad that they have down here. I know all the good spots in Salt Lake City. Here I was bragging I know where all the good spots are, and I was in the wrong gate, so I don't have time to go get that salad. So I'm gonna have to figure something else out. Back on the Barbie plane today. So yeah, safety checks are done, we're good to go. It is time to have passengers. We're in West Yellowstone. It's very pretty. Here, I'll show you. Wish I was staying. So we're on our only break really of the day. We have about 35 minutes here in Grand Junction, kind of just sitting here, but I'm stressing about getting my sister on this flight. So here's the story. I'm going to tell you the story. So my sister is the third of 6, and the rest of the siblings live fairly close to each other, and she doesn't get to come as often to things over the last 10 years. She lives in Seattle, and so it's a little bit further away and hard for her to get places. So she suddenly had 3 days off and was really jealous that we were all together. So I said, she asked, well, what do you think about a buddy pass? And so we looked and we took the chance, and she was down to pay. And that's how it always starts out, you know, it's emotionally based. It's like, well, you know, it's worth it, we'll try, and everything will be great, and we all are optimistic, and then it all goes to SHIT. So that's always my experience with buddy passes, almost always. Especially, it's like people will get here fine, like she got here fine on the 2 flights. She got Comfort Plus. She's pregnant, so she's especially missing family. And so, you know, we were all just so happy to have her and the kids to see her. So she spent the last few days with us and has actually been taking care of my kids in Idaho. And so then today, the flights look bad. And there's a couple factors here. So even though there might be seats, since it's the middle of summer, we can't always take people. We can't take full flights. I don't know if you've ever been on a flight and then they'll have to go out not totally full because of heat. So she's waiting right now for a flight to go to Pocatello, and then she had to buy a ticket from Salt Lake City to Seattle because all the rest of the other flights were oversold. Now she used her miles for Alaska, and so I guess it really only cost her like $22, but you know, still. So total she spent about $200 for a 3-day ticket to stay. So buddy passes are just seriously the worst. I can't even handle it because right now I feel so guilty and stressed and anxious because if she doesn't get on this Pocatello to Salt Lake flight, there's not another one until tonight. Then that would give her 1 shot to get home to Seattle. She has to work tomorrow. It's like, what a, you know, and then, so then I've got to get myself back home to Pocatello, and then Alex is coming in tomorrow on flights, and all of these are only standby only, like seat space available. So that is just my life, and flight benefits are amazing. That's why I come to work. That's why I work this job, so that we can go back and forth to France, especially in Idaho. We're going to France this September for our yearly trip, and it's totally worth it, but every time, it's like always sounds better in like thought process than like the actual day when it's down to the wire and you're just like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be on a flight when she's like, it's all going down and the what, you know, there's not much I can do, and people try not to get mad at you, but it's like human nature, you've got to be mad at somebody. So I get it, but you know, it's a bad feeling. I feel like it's my fault when it's, even then I'm like, when it's not, and then I'm like, well, it kind of is. I don't know how it all is, but you know, emotionally, and emotions don't make sense most of the time, so that's just an added thing to my day. And we've only gotten 1 leg down, but it's good. These flights are short, so they don't have a service, so I'm just doing water. So it's basically just like a lot of announcements, a lot of boarding, a lot of back and forth processing, but then I'm not serving drinks and stuff like that. It's just water. But nice passengers, another couple French people today, so I gotta use my French, my français. So always a good thing when I can do that. So yeah, I gotta keep going. My sister got on her flight. I'm so excited. That's a relief. Whew. Oh, that's stressful. But I was like, furiously, as soon as we got like all the passengers off, I was like, oh my gosh, please tell me. Oh. Last round trip, and it's a doozy. This flight, there's a lot of bigwigs on. This is our last round trip, and a lot of bigwigs come on this flight from my company. So it's always a little nerve-wracking. I've even had the president of the company and many of the CEOs, and so it's just always like, whew, hope I do everything right. Okay, so here they come. So we have a maintenance delay, and we just deplaned everybody, and this means I'm gonna miss my flight to Pocatello to go home to the kiddos, and yeah, that's everyone. So all the passengers are off. I'm just looking at my options because I'm very, very likely going to miss my flight, like I don't know. I'm gonna miss my flight. The only real option now is whether I can take a shuttle back to Idaho, which is gonna cost me $50, and that leaves at 10:30. Or I guess I can like go back to my brother's house for the 9 and then go back out in the morning. But I would have to shuttle too, like on tracks, because it would be like an hour pickup, an hour drop off for them, and they've already been doing that the last few days, so we shall see. I'll probably just do the shuttle, but it's a 3-hour ride, so I wouldn't get in until like 1:30 in the morning. That's the last, so I've done 10, like this is 9 of 10 flights in 2 days. And yeah, so it had to happen on the last round trip. That's how it goes in this flight attendant world life deal. So just killing time reading and looking at Instagram. Do any of you follow Advanced Style? Oh my gosh, these people are so inspirational. It's like all these older, like 60+ people that are like so gorgeous and fashionable and cool, and I'm like, thank you, I needed that. So we're in a new airplane. We're gonna reboard the passengers and go. We'll be about 2 hours late.
I got a funeral next week.
See ya!
Vegas.
Oh my gosh, finally done. Now I gotta figure out what I'm doing. I have 3 options. I can either go to my brother's house with an Uber, or I can get a hotel room, or I can take a shuttle. So I chose Uber. I'm gonna go to my brother's house. Jeffrey is arriving now. I just got the text. But I'm gonna say goodnight. I'm gonna do my little Uber and go to bed and wake up in the morning and come meet Alex here at the airport, and we are gonna go to Idaho together for a couple of days. So thanks as always for watching and supporting, and you're the best, and love you all. Gros bisous. Au revoir. Thank goodness for fam.